DeepCool, DQ. That doesn't stand for DeepCool. DeepCool? Oh, it's Quanta. The DeepCool Quanta 750 power supply is an interesting power supply. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. First off, the aesthetic is pretty sleek. It's got a sort of a rough industrial look on the outside. Got a nice honeycomb vent on the back. 140 millimeter LED fan. And it's decently quiet. One thing that's interesting about this is that they're advertising that once you get to a low enough usage point, the fan completely cuts off. And we were using it with just a motherboard and a 4770K and a graphics card and one hard drive. And it was running the entire time, so it never went low enough for the fan to cut off. So yeah, maybe if we pulled off the graphics card, it might work all right. This is also fully modular and 80 plus gold certified. So I don't like to make long videos about power supplies. I don't find them entirely fascinating, but they are extremely important because, if you don't have a good power supply, you're going to catch your computer on fire, destroy all your components, waste a year's worth of work that you put together, or the year's worth of work for you to put together that computer, and you may burn your house down as well. So it's good to have a good power supply. And I'm going to start off just by saying, if you're looking for a good power supply, this is a good power supply, and it does check almost all the boxes, but it does have a few weirdnesses. So let's go ahead and examine it fully, and we're going to pull the top off and show you guys what it looks like on the inside. In fact, let's go ahead and do that straight away. Now on the inside, you'll notice a large 12 volt rail. The soldering job is better than average. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's decent. Now the OEM on this is Channel Well Technology. They've worked on some of the Corsair RM series, and I like the RM series a lot. That's probably how DeepCool ended up getting this is similar technology with the RM series where, it goes to a certain power point and then the fan cuts off. So that's what's going on here. Now they've chosen to use a strange allotment of capacitors. You'll see some capacitors in there from China. You'll see some capacitors in there from Japan. They're all seem to be pretty decent capacitors. And I think there's even some capacitors in there that are made in America. So there's just a lot of different capacitors on there. Now it looks like this is a PWM based unit. And the 12 volt rail is huge, 62 amps on the 12 volt rail. That's almost the entire, it's almost as powerful as the entire unit. So the smaller rails are going to be running off the 12 volt rail with this unit. Nothing wrong with that at all. And that also is going to give you a lot of headroom for huge graphics cards and that sort of thing. Should be able to power just about any graphics card out there on the market. Now let's take a look at the modular cables. It comes with flat cables, which are really easy to route. So as far as the cables go in the box, we have one of the 24 pin motherboard power connectors. We have the ATX 12 volt. It's a 4+4 pin. And then we have PCI Express 6+2 pin. We have 4 of those. So that you can support SLI Crossfire with a couple different graphics cards. Then we have 6 SATA connectors and 6 of the Molex, the peripheral. It's a bit weird. I'd rather have more SATA connectors and fewer of those this day and age. 6 is probably going to be enough for most of you guys out there, and the rest of you guys are going to have to run out and buy the Molex to SATA power adapter thingies that are so cheap it's almost free, just slightly inconvenient if you want to use more than 6 SATA powered devices. Now as far as the efficiency goes, it seems to be running just fine. I haven't done any specific tests. There's plenty of guys out there that are way smarter than me that do this, like Johnny Guru and that sort of thing. And those reviews have been pretty solid. I guess we could hook it up to an oscilloscope, but for a $100 and something power supply, I think I'd rather be making unboxing tech videos. So just know that it has performed really well in all of our testing. We've used it, like I said, on a test bench already. It did a decent job. Blue LED glow was going on underneath the test bench. So interesting look, I suppose. Also, I want to mention that this does not come with the standard US power plug, Shuko style power cord. I always forget what those are called. It's just the ones with 2 prongs. It's the deadly pit viper type cord. So it comes with a Shuko power supply, and for most of you guys, this is going to be no big deal because you could just use any standard, 3-prong PC power cord that you have 7,000 of in your basement. Just go get one. Make sure it's a decent enough gauge. You don't want to use a really, really thin cord if you're powering or pulling a lot of power. It could get hairy. So make sure you have a decent cord and just plug it up and go. I really don't have many gripes with this. The price seems to be, a decent price point for a gold certified 750 watt power supply. I've seen couple out there that have somewhat better quality components, and but I'm really nitpicking here. It's a decently good unit, and we've had success with it. So I've been liking what DeepCool's doing. So I'll be happy to see some more stuff coming out of Beijing soon from them. Yeah. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my God. Oh God. Ow. Sandwiches. Sandwiches. You should never turn the screen around so I can see it. Hey. There's a dog here. Ah.
I'm good.
Irish whiskey and coffee.
I'm good. Come here.
Whoa, that's some strong coffee.